Hey guys, and welcome to Vet Vlogs with me. My name is Spencer Boaz, and I am a second year vet student at K-State, hoping to bring you guys lots of info about vet student life and veterinary medicine in general. I decided to start this channel to try to bring people information about what it takes to be a vet student, what being in vet school is like, and opportunities that exist in veterinary medicine. So if you're interested in any of that, please give me a subscribe. I know we're all new to the channel. This is my first video, so let's grow and learn more together. But for today's video, I wanted to give you guys an insight on what a day in the life of a vet student during the pandemic looks like. So we're going to be going through my whole daily schedule, kind of seeing what I do for classes, what I do for studying, and what I do outside of all that. It is in no way, shape, or form meant to show you what you should or shouldn't do in vet school. It's more to give you guys an idea of how many things you have to do in a day, because it is a lot, and kind of an idea of the workload and schedule that I have during the day. So without further ado, let's see how my day goes. Thanks. So the first thing we do every morning around 7:15 is we're gonna go ahead and feed Finn, because obviously if you don't feed him firsthand, he thinks he's starving. And after that, we're gonna go ahead and get dressed and brush our teeth. All right, next up is breakfast. I meal prepped for the night before, so we got some chocolate peanut butter banana oats, and then gotta have some caffeine to start the day. I hate coffee, so these are an absolute must. All right, finished breakfast. I just want to touch on that. So just a little pro tip from me. I would definitely recommend meal prepping in vet school. Meal prepping, I do it every Sunday. I cook at least most of the food that I'll use for the week. And it definitely has allowed me to not only save money, time, but it allows me to eat healthier, and I end up eating out less, which in the end is really good. So yeah, definitely recommend meal prep in vet school if you guys can swing it. Okay, so it's about 7:40 now, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my living room kind of all set up for my class, where I'm gonna hunker down for my first morning classes. We had class from 8 to 11:50 this morning, and then we'll have a lunch break, and we'll have an afternoon class. So we'll go ahead and get the room set for the morning. All right, so we're already all set for our first class of the day. We're gonna be watching it live online. So our first class is systemic pathology. We have a 1-hour lecture today, followed by a 2-hour lab. So I have the lecture set up on my Mac and play through the TV so I can hear it nice and clearly. And then I'm gonna take notes on my laptop that we got through vet school. So today we're gonna go ahead and download the notes. We're doing pathology of the urinary system. So we'll go ahead and download the notes and get ready for class. All right, guys, so lecture for SysPath just finished up. We have a little 10-minute break, and then we'll start lab on Zoom. So the idea of lecture is we're essentially just gonna kind of introduce the concepts for these diseases we're gonna be studying, and then in lab, we're gonna actually see some examples of them, and we'll kind of go over some cases and discuss as a group. So we'll get started in lab here in just a second, and we'll show you some of that. All right, so we're all done with systemic pathology for the day. So up next is a virology lecture. So we will go ahead and get through that, and then that's our last class for this morning. All right, so that finishes up our morning classes. So someone is saying that they're hungry for lunch, so we're gonna go ahead and get lunch for him, and then get lunch prepared for ourselves. And so our afternoon class of the day is actually at the school, so we're gonna have to change into some business casual clothes. The school likes us to wear business casuals to look professional. So while the oven is preheating for lunch, we're gonna go get dressed and we'll be back for some lunch. All right, so for lunch today, we're actually gonna make a healthy meat lovers pizza. This whole thing turns out to only be like 550 calories and it tastes really great at the same time. So let's make some lunch. All right, guys, we're all finished up with lunch. We're gonna go ahead and go to our one afternoon class, which is clinical skills. And as you can imagine, in that class, we will be going over clinical skills. So essentially in that class, we have different subject matters each week, and they could consist of stuff like drawing blood or running an anesthesia machine or surgical skills like suturing or gloving. Today, we're gonna be going over basic pain management in clinic. So I believe we'll be learning about like different drug types we can use to manage pain or managing pain during surgeries and stuff like that. So unfortunately, they don't like us recording in that lecture hall because it's very small and it can be kind of distracting to the professors. So they asked us not to record, so I cannot take you guys in there with us. But I just want to give you an update of where we're headed, what we're doing, and I will see you guys after the class. Bye. All right, so we are back from Clin Skills. We actually got a little early today, which is nice, and we went over how to recognize pain and how to manage it in dogs and cats, and as well as some emergency techniques like CPR. So it's about 2:30 now. I'm gonna go ahead and get dressed at the gym, try to pop up to the gym, get a quick workout in, and hopefully be back before like 4-ish so we can get some studying done. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go pick up my girlfriend, who actually happens to also be in my same vet school class. We're gonna go hit this workout. Ready to go? Mm-hmm. All right, so we just got back from the gym. It's a little past 4 o'clock, so we're gonna go ahead and go inside, shower, clean up and stuff, and then try to hit a couple good hours of studying before we cook dinner. So let's go ahead and head inside. Okay, so we are all showered up and we're gonna go ahead and try to get a couple good hours of studying in. This week we have 2 assessments. We have a virology exam on Thursday, and then I have to do a clinical skills assessment on Wednesday. So the skills assessment is essentially testing you off on certain skills you should be proficient at as a veterinarian. So this week's are some suturing patterns, how to work an anesthesia machine, and then draping of a patient for a surgical procedure. So we're gonna try to get a couple good hours of studying on these note cards I made for virology in, and then make some dinner, and then do a little bit of surgical prep skills after dinner. So we'll get working on that now. All right, so it's about 6:30 now. Gone through a couple of the virology note card Quizlets. Kind of getting a little hungry and a little burnt out, so we're gonna take a break, make some dinner, and then we're gonna work on some suturing after dinner for that clinical skills assessment, and then we'll be back to some note cards for a bit. Okay, so we finished dinner. I'm gonna go ahead and practice some of the suture patterns that I might need to know and be tested over for the assessment on Wednesday. So I have this little silicone mat that I found off Amazon that's great to practice suturing on. As you can see, it's got all sorts of different shapes and sizes of different cuts, and you can suture them up. As you can see, I've already done some practice up here. This is the simple continuous pattern, as well as each type of the mattress sutures that I kind of did down here. So we're gonna go ahead and cut these out and start working on some of the ones we need to do today. We have the simple continuous pattern here. We have the cruciate stitch, horizontal mattress, vertical mattress, Cushing pattern, and Lambert pattern. These both are inverting, so that's why the skin fold is kind of rolling inward on the edge. But yeah, so again, not perfect, not pretty, but the idea is just to kind of get a basic understanding of how to tie these, so we'll be better prepared for your junior surgery lab next year. So feeling good. Now back to studying some virology note cards. Okay, so it's 9:30. I've kind of hit a wall in my studying. So this is where my day differs from probably most people in vet school. Some people will just kind of power through, get through it, kind of try to force through that study wall barrier that they kind of run up on, and then go to bed. Where I differ is that I like to take a little bit of a mental break if I kind of find myself not really focusing or retaining any information I'm reading. And instead, I'll go kind of hop on one of my favorite kind of relaxing activities is just to play video games with my friends. So I'm gonna go play for a bit, take a little bit of time to kind of hang out with some friends, reset, and then I will come back and finish my studying afterwards. So obviously this makes me sacrifice a little bit more sleep, but to me it's worth it, and I get to have some fun with my friends, and I get to still be productive and finish my tasks for the day. So let's go play for a bit. Then also I was gonna get his late night snack. I already fed him dinner and I forgot to film that part. And for those of you wondering, I have all these reptiles, and no, I'm not neglecting them. They just do not actually need to eat every day. So they're scheduled to eat tomorrow, so I will be feeding them tomorrow. All right, so it's about 11:30 now. Definitely feeling recharged, ready to kind of hit back and finish up this last little set of note cards I have to get through for the night. Just got to do a little bit more studying. That'll get me to my goal for the day, and then we'll wrap it up and get ready for bed. And that will have been a day. So let's finish studying hard and get through the last stuff for the night. All right, that's the day. All wrapped up with studying, got to where I wanted to be for the day, so we're gonna go ahead and call it a night. It is 12:30. So a little bit of a late night. That's kind of how it goes. So yeah, that was my day. Again, obviously everyone's daily routine can be different than mine. That doesn't mean mine is better or worse. This is just what works for me. So don't take this video literally for like how you have to structure your day when you're in vet school. It's just kind of an idea to give you guys kind of a guesstimate of how many things you're gonna be doing in a day, because it can be a lot and it can be stressful. So it's just kind of meant to give you an idea of what an average day in vet school can be like. So if you did enjoy, please like and subscribe. And if you want to see more, definitely stay tuned, turn the notifications on. If there's anything specific you guys want to see about vet school, I'm happy to help and try to make videos on it. Like, I don't know, questions about certain classes, recommendations for things to do in undergrad or in high school to better your application. Even if you want to learn some tricks like those sutures I was doing earlier, shoot a comment down below of what you want to see. I'll try to make it happen best I can. I'm only a second year, so if you're asking about things like surgery lab, I don't have any experience with that yet, so I can't answer too many questions. But yeah, hope to see you guys again soon, and Finn and I are gonna get dressed for bed and head to sleep. Ready for another one tomorrow. Peace out.